So I've been asked, what is multi-level marketing? Or another term a lot of people use is MLM. Is it illegal? Well, come on, let me show you.
So according to multi-level marketing, Wikipedia, here is the definition. It's an MLM, also called pyramid selling, network marketing, and referral marketing. It is controversial pyramid-shaped marketing strategy where profit is theoretically derived from two revenue streams, from direct sales to customers and from commission based on the sales of recruited team members.
So now I get that look. You know the one, the crazy eyes.
What? I've never heard anything like that before.
So now, like most MLM affiliates, we want to provide them with a presentation so they can get the real understanding of how this really works. Now, after seeing it, some people just have this inner peace that surrounds them. It's like this heavy weight has been lifted. Then, out of nowhere, they break out into this happy dance. Well, take a look for yourself.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a house with the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Then there are those ones that have that dumbass look on their face. Their government education has taught them to be skeptical. So rather than ask all the right questions, they ask all the wrong ones. Oh, that sounds too good to be true. Oh, you mean when the Wright brothers told everyone they were going to build that airplane and fly? Or all those other impossible things we now have, like light bulbs, TV sets, or the cell phone. Or hey, how about that one story we heard about somebody flying to the moon?
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Then you have the other ones, the ones that don't want to admit their ignorance and say something stupid like, oh, it's a scam, dude. Oh, you mean like that bike your mom and dad bought you for Christmas and you tried to ride it one time and it didn't work? Is that the kind of scam you're talking about? Or do you mean after you were guaranteed that great job after 4 years of college, and yet you're still working at McDonald's? Oh, and how's that $50,000 loan coming along? Did you get that paid off yet? I'm just too busy and I don't have the extra time for all this crazy stuff. Awesome! I don't want your time. So rather than ask you how you conveniently found time to watch 6 hours of college football or stay up all night gaming with your unemployed friends, let me ask you this. Now, I have to warn you, these questions do get harder, but would it be faster to have 7 friends helping you build a house or just one? Well, I don't have the money to join. I don't want your money. But you do have money for cigarettes and weekly lottery tickets, right? How's that working out for you? Not a very good investment, is it? I just don't think I can do it. Let me get this straight. So you believed in Santa Claus for 8 years and you can't even take a year out to believe in yourself? Cuckoo! Then there's my all-time favorite. That sounds like one of those pyramid schemes, man. And I say, does it look like this? Well, let's take it a step further, shall we? Come on, let's take a look.
Okay, so according to Wikipedia, pyramid scheme is a business model that recruits members via a promise of payments or services for enrolling others into the scheme, rather than supplying investments or sale of products or services. As recruiting multiplies, recruiting becomes quickly impossible, and most members are unable to profit. Such pyramid schemes are unsustainable and often illegal.
At this point, they're looking totally confused, and from the expression on their face, they're telling me, I'm just not completely convinced just yet. Well, according to the definition that we just shared, to me it sounds like Social Security. There's no product, no service, and there's no guarantees of even getting paid. But yet we're forced into paying it. Let's look into that theory, shall we?
So, is Social Security a Ponzi scheme? I read an article from the Washington Post, and in the 1920s, Charles Ponzi thought he had figured out a way to game an inconsistency between the Italian and American postal systems. He hadn't, but rather than return his investors' money, he told them his scheme was working and used the salesmanship to recruit other investors. He used that money to pay back his first investors and then flaunted his success in the testimonies of his happy investors to rope in more suckers. He used their money to pay back the second set of investors, and so on and so on. Eventually, he couldn't find enough investors to pay back the stolen ranks of old investors, and the scheme fell apart. In other words, a Ponzi scheme is generally a system in which investors think they're investing in something real, but are instead being used to pay one another back. Eventually, the scheme runs out of new investors and collapses. Here's how the Social Security Administration, which touchingly has a whole web page explaining why it's not a Ponzi scheme, describes Social Security. It would be most accurate to describe Social Security as a transfer payment, transferring income from the generation of workers to the generation of retirees, with the promise that when current workers retire, there will be another generation of workers behind them who will be the source of their Social Security retirement payments. The superficial similarity to a Ponzi scheme is that different sets of investors are relying on future investors, or at least future growth, to get paid back. But that defines a Ponzi scheme so broadly as to make the term meaningless. In that definition, an intergenerational transfer system is a Ponzi scheme. What makes a Ponzi scheme is that it's a giant fraud. People think they're investing in postal stamps. Their money is actually being invested in nothing. In Social Security, conversely, it's perfectly clear what is going on. Every year, Social Security's accuracies release an insanely detailed report on the system's finances, its balance of payments, and the potential problems it could face, and so on. In Social Security, there is a matter of law that is public. I guess that's the only difference. You be the judge.
So let me ask you something. Do you want to continue shooting holes through something that clearly you're already doing, or do you want to open up your mind to something that could really change your life? I'm going to get a reply. Well, I need to think about it. All right, before I drop my mic and storm out the door, let's ask somebody with a little bit more credibility. Fair enough? Who should we ask? Oh, I know. Let's ask that guy, I think his name is Robert Kiyosaki. He was a self-made millionaire before the age of 30. He should know. So Robert, why is network marketing such a great entrepreneurial decision in today's economy?
Well, as we know, there's fewer and fewer jobs. American corporations say they're hiring, but they're not hiring in America, they're hiring overseas. But more than that is that the reason I endorse network marketing is most people are addicted to the paycheck. And the paycheck is one of the most sinister plots ever pulled upon a human being. If you need a paycheck, you've sold your soul. You've sold your body, your mind, your spirit, and your emotions. You sit there in fear of losing your job, or can I get a raise, or will I get promoted? And then And then, why would you do that? Another thing about, the reason we endorse network marketing, we don't think of it as a network marketing. We think of it as entrepreneur development. Because if you need a paycheck, this is not your business. You know, we build businesses. So sometimes when Kim and I do a deal, we may not receive a paycheck for 5, 6 years. You know, and so these guys come, oh, am I going to get rich quick? You know, and some people do. I don't know if you do or not. But that is an employee, get rich, loser mindset. And so the thing that network marketing does is really kind of cure you of that loser paycheck, get rich quick mentality and actually build a business. You know, we build businesses, and that's how we're rich, but we didn't get rich quick, and I don't need a paycheck, and I never want a paycheck. So that's kind of a revolutionary thought to most people up there who went to school to get good grades and get a job, you know, and then you get a high-paying job, and the higher-paying job, you pay higher taxes, and you wonder why you never get ahead. That's because you went to school to get a job and a paycheck. You've got to get away from the paycheck, and sometimes it might take 2, 3 years to get away from that. And that's what network marketing teaches people. It's an entrepreneur's mindset. It's an entrepreneur's spirit, not a loser employee, I need a paycheck mentality.
So I want to leave you with this. If somebody reaches out to you and gets real excited and wants to share something with you, at least take the time out of your day and take a look at what's getting them so excited. It's probably a good friend or a family member. Chances are they want you to see it first before you see it from somebody else on the street. They don't want you coming back to them and saying, oh, why didn't you tell me about this? Holy shit! There are plenty of MLM companies out there, and not all of them are going to get you excited. Be sure to do your research. And I don't mean Google. Google is a search engine, not a research engine. Just an FYI. Now, the MLM company that I'm with, Robert Kiyosaki actually endorsed it as the best compensation plan he has ever seen. I'm not here to convince anyone to join an MLM. I'm only here to educate and give you a better understanding of what the possibilities are or could be.
My best friend gave me the best advice. He said each day's a gift and not a given right. Leave no stone unturned, leave your fears behind, and try to take the path less traveled by. That first step you take is the longest ride. If today was your last day and tomorrow was too late, could you say goodbye to yesterday? Would you live each moment like your last? Leave old pictures in the past. Donate every dime you had. If today was your last day, against the grain should be a way of life. What's worth the prize is always worth the fight. Every second counts, 'cause there's no second try. So live like you've never lived it twice. Don't take the free ride in your own life. If today was your last day and tomorrow was too late, could you say goodbye to yesterday? Would you live each moment like your last? Leave old pictures in the past. Donate every dime you had. And what you call those friends you never see? Reminisce on memories. Would you forget your enemies? And would you find that one you dreaming of? Swear up and down to God above that you finally fall in love. today was your last day, if today